blindfolded Sekiro run anytime soon? No, that takes a shit ton of time to like learn. If I do that, it'll be in a few, like, it'll be in a long time from now. I have toyed with the idea though. I've routed quite a lot of stuff for Sekiro Blindfolded. So if you like Google Sekiro Blindfolded runs, the route that I would do would be very different from the one that is currently world record. You only did Elden Ring blindfolded? Yeah, pretty much. Learning a game blindfolded is a ton of work. I've also routed out the whole of like all remembrances for that category, or for that game, sorry. But it's something like 4 to 5 times the amount of stuff I have to memorize, which is an insane amount. Can't imagine doing it. Mitra said it's easier than you think. I don't know. I guess he has a different opinion than I do. It's a big commitment, at least. Yeah, that's not gonna work. But yeah, I have like I have a routing document like on Google Drive, like in a spreadsheet, where I've listed every single input you have to do in order. And I guess I could show that, just to give like a scale of how much it is, because I think it actually gives a pretty good overview of what it's like to run blindfolded. Let me put that up on screen. This is the current 80% route. And this used to be 3 times longer, like when I first routed it, because when you first start like doing a run, you of course do very safe strats. Maybe they're slower, maybe they're more inputs, but as long as they're safe, you do them. So all of this in the middle are the inputs you have to do. This on the right are notes, and this is descriptions. So yeah, to beat Elden Ring blindfolded, you just have to do all this. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so one cool thing I have on this spreadsheet is the total amount of inputs, which is right here, 2,700, which is not really that much, like, actually. The hard part about this run specifically is, like, the precision you have to do. So, if you know anything about Elden Ring speedruns, there's a glitch you can do called Legacy, which lets you, like, run through the air. Much like we have air swing for Sekiro, Legacy is an equivalent for Elden Ring. But it's frame perfect to get. It's not like air swimming where we just find an out-of-bounds water source. Here we actually have to do a frame perfect trick where we interrupt our like mount animation to get on the horse by inflicting ourselves with a debuff. And that is frame perfect. So we use a buffer setup here, but it is, yeah, it's super precise. So you have to both like memorize all of this and you have to execute to perfection, which is why I haven't completed this route at all. I've like done it in segments, but I haven't actually done it yet. I think the current record is like something like 44 minutes or something. But yeah, this could go below 40 minutes if I get it in a run perfectly. Not only that, for every boss fight, the way we kill bosses is with what's called a pivot swap, which is where you trick the game into using one Ash of War, but on a different weapon. And it just so happens to be that the weapon for Rykard, if you know that fight in Elden Ring, it has a unique boss weapon, and that boss weapon, when you do a pivot swap with that, you can basically get a really long range, really heavy hitting weapon attack that like hits, it ticks so often. It's like multiple times each second. That setup to do that is like 8 to 9 inputs. I was about to say 6 to 7, but it's like 8 to 9 inputs that you have to do in like rapid succession. And you have to do that for every boss you want to kill. So the execution in this run is just fucking insane. So it's not really the memorization part of this run that is the hard part, if I have to be honest. What is the problem, on the other hand, is when we go to all remembrances. So you'll see this total input tracker jump up from, what was it, 2,700 up to 11,000. And this has the same amount of execution required, actually even more, because we have to kill more bosses, which means we have to do the like hard setup more times. So let me just scroll down, you know? It's a lot. I came up with all of this myself. I have, how many hours do I have in the game? 1,360 hours. I spent like 70 to 80 hours in my casual playthrough, and then I went straight to Blindfolded. And I haven't finished a run with this, but this is on my bucket list. I want to do this before I die, but it's a lot. This is the sleep setup? Yeah. Well, no. These are frenzy setups, but they're essentially similar. Sekiro hours, please? Yeah, we can do Sekiro hours. 1,700. Those are like rookie numbers compared to other players, but this is not blindfolded. It's all just speedrunning and glitch hunting. But yeah, so to answer if I'm gonna do a Sekiro blindfolded run, maybe I want to, but there's so much other stuff I also want to do in my life. Would you actually aim to remember all of it, or would you just look at the sheet and not the game? Okay, so I'm a moderator of the blindfolded community. Notes are not allowed. You have to remember everything. Which also makes it super cool, because when you mess something up, like you have, at least I have, a visual of where I am in the game. I like know, when you do it so much, you know kind of what each input does to your character. So when you have to back things up on the fly, it feels so ridiculously good. If you want to see it in action, I showcased it at ESA, my Elden Ring run. This was the old route, not the new one. ESA Penix should just get you there. Yeah. It has very good commentary by three of my very good friends. Murtag, who's also, he is one of the original Sekiro runners, actually. Cyper, who's ran a ton of Sekiro, a ton of Elden Ring games. And then there's Bubs, yeah, one of my very good blindfolded friends. He's like the entrepreneur of, like, he's like the innovator of blindfolded. And he's who actually inspired me to run blindfolded in the first place, which is super cool. But yeah, if you're interested in that, feel free to check out this run. Okay, that was side quest and a half.